As a baby from my cousin, my parents passed this on to us.
Anthony and Jessica Vecchia are among the millions of expectant parents deciding what their baby will be called. It can be complicated.
Something that was going to be easy to pronounce, something that could be good to yell at if we need to. And that we could do a cute little nickname.
Add to that the dizzying mix of the year's most popular names. Subtract the names that are not so popular in our lives.
I, of course, associate a name with whoever you know before. That's just like an automatic thing, and you know, geez, if you maybe don't like that name from a person, you're like, no, I don't like that person.
And for the Vecchias, it came down to a story. One not so much about boy or girl, but more about when boy met girl.
And so when we were dating, I'd take her to Winthrop and by the water and watch the planes. So the word Logan kind of reminds us of, you know, Logan Airport a bit and how we kind of bonded over that she loves planes.
Personal meaning for mom and dad, but research suggests a name is much more than a semantic place card determining a seat at the table. It might just determine what seat you get.
We are somewhat biased in the way we take in the world, and we do so often in ways that are ego-friendly and help protect our feelings of self-esteem.
What's going on during the concrete operational stage?
Dr. Sam Summers, a professor at Tufts University, addresses what psychologists call implicit egotism in his book, Situations Matter.
Implicit egotism is the idea that we're fond of ourselves in general. Most of us have pleasant, positive associations with the self, and sometimes those are unconscious, or the degree to which that is true is sometimes something we're not aware of.
From whom we marry, what street to live on, and what we do for a living, all based on how similar the names are to our own.
My name's Dennis Sherman, and I'm a dentist, orthodontist, practicing in Milton. You have beautiful teeth.
For 30 years, Dennis Sherman has been making people smile, a pearly white example of the idea that his name influenced his career choice, though this is news to him.
I know a few dentists that are dentists, but not many, so I was kind of shocked or surprised that it's a pretty common connection.
At Boston College, step inside the Office of Theology to find another notable name.
My name is Stephen Pope. I'm a professor of theology at Boston College. When I was a high school teacher, the kids used to make fun of my name, and the parents thought it was hilarious that their son's taking theology from Pope, and that made me not want to do it. But I had to overcome my resistance because I love the material.
As for his own opinion,
it's an odd hypothesis that I don't think has been verified scientifically.
No one is sitting there, I don't think, and saying, my name sounds like dentist, I'd love to go to dentist school, right? I mean, I don't think that that's what's going on, and no one would suggest that. But there are some analyses that suggest that we do tend to gravitate towards things that remind us of ourselves.
But if you have high hopes for a C-level suite for your little one, try naming him Jack, Bob, or Bruce. The names have a disproportionate number of CEO titles.
My name is Bob Coughlin. I'm the CEO of the Massachusetts Biotechnology Council. When I was growing up, I think in my own family, I'm the youngest of 6 boys, and I was probably voted least likely to become a CEO in my own family, so I have to thank my parents for it.
Though Coughlin's good humor doesn't take away from his hard work to get to the top, there is in fact a more serious side: names that might find themselves at the bottom of the selection pool.
Certain names on resumes get received more positively or negatively than other names. You know, whether it's just names that are easier to pronounce, people tend to like those more, or there's pretty extensive research that demonstrates that when your name is one that seems or sounds white, that is white sounding, those resumes often get reviewed more positively than the same exact resume with a name that's stereotypically African American.
In a 2004 study, 5,000 resumes were sent out from fictional applicants with white sounding names: Emily Walsh and Greg Baker, and African American sounding names Lakeisha Washington and Jamal Jones. The white sounding names got 50% more callbacks regardless of industry.
When you're going up with 200 other people who sent their resumes in, you never do know what it is that's going to make a difference, and that's something that is an opportunity perhaps for some people, but it's also sort of a daunting obstacle for others.
So is it real? Are our names influencing our decisions? With no concrete study to reference, we decided to do our own very unscientific research on our own names here at Chronicle. Shayna Seymour does seem to seriously savor the S's in her life. She met her husband Steve in San Francisco. After graduating from Spelman College, he took her to a Sox game, and the rest is smooth sailing for the two. Talented Ted Reinstein does in fact live on a street that begins with a T. His first career was in theater. Perhaps Anthony Everett can thank the A for his good grades in high school and his first home on Aqueduct Road. As for me, I did once adopt a dog named Nico. I love Necco wafers, though those are no longer being made, and my new boss's name is Neka Nuosu. Back to the Vecchias. They are A-OK on a name that has the potential to take their baby to new heights. So Logan, you think maybe he might become a pilot?
It would be really cool.
Hope so.
Just saw that.
There we go.
So he will be a pilot.
Let's
yeah.
hope it's a boy.
Yeah.